Yeah. So our culture has literally trained high performing people to ignore their body's early warning systems. So the stress response was evolved to be temporary. It's evolved to mobilize resources, meet the threat or the demand in your environment, and then recover. But modern high performance culture rewards constant activation. So we celebrate things like being always on, we're badging long hours, and we admire the people who are just pushing through. And so motivated people learn that it's good to override their signals across multiple systems. So it's not just emotional signals like anxiety, but it's also physiological ones like tension and fatigue, and even cognitive ones like having difficulty concentrating, or behavioral ones like withdrawing from things or people that used to bring a lot of joy or really matters to them. And so for highly capable people, there's what I think about as kind of a capability trap. So they can manage things effectively. They're solving problems, they're hitting deadlines, they're generally performing well. And so they assume that they should keep going. That sustained effort that's working in the short term, but then it can also accumulate biological costs in the long term that they can't see yet. And so their competence ends up masking the depletion that they're experiencing. So our culture says basically, if you're still fine, if you're still performing, you're fine. But biologically, especially for people who are highly capable, there can be a lag between when the system starts showing strain and then when actual performance drops. And so during that lag, your nervous system is compensating, stress hormones are elevated, recovery might be incomplete, but the work is still getting done. And so you appear successful, you might be promoted or held up as an example, even while you're accumulating what we call allostatic load, which is the cumulative wear and tear on your biological systems. And then by the time performance drops or burnout hits, your system has been depleted for months or maybe even years at that point. And so the kind of tragic irony is that with all that pushing, all that overriding signals, all this proving that you can handle it, it often ends up with needing to step away from that very career that you were sacrificing everything for. And so we see really brilliant, talented people in their 30s and 40s who have to quit or scale back dramatically because they ignored the early signals until their body forced them out. And those signals were there the whole time, but they learned to interpret them as signs that they needed to work harder and not as information that their system really needs something different.